shadows, uncovering the light. Guests with solid minds, no tales of the strange. In Sasquatch Secrets, they'll begin to rearrange. Truth's the vibe, we're on a quest. Look beyond the trees, what do you see? Factual stories redefining history. No myths, no magic, let's break the mold. With every word spoken, the wonders unfold. Footprints in the snow, not just a myth. Data and research was sift through the depth. Tales of a creature, but science leads the way. Nikki's quest for knowledge, come join and stay.
Hello? Can anybody hear me? Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Can I get a thumbs up if you guys can hear me now? Okay, Jen is saying thumbs up. So everybody else can hear me? There's Robert, just came in. I didn't do nothing. I didn't hit no buttons. That was StreamYard. That wasn't even my system, but it knocked out everything. It knocked out my audio, it knocked out my camera. I had to completely restart. So, um I'm just okay. Did you hear the intro though? Did that play? Did the intro part come on? And then it was when I popped in that it went out? You got knocked off, but you got up again. Ain't nothing going to keep you down. Yeah. What's that song? I can't get up. You got knocked down, but I got up again. Yeah, that song. You heard the intro. Okay, then I'm gonna play it again. Okay. That was not me, folks. That was not me. So we'll just start from my monologue saying, hello, welcome to Sasquatch Secrets. Yeah, tub thumping, that's right. I'm your host, Nikki Colon, and today we are going to dive into what else? Wide open discussion about Bigfoot, what's happening in the community, and most exciting for me, my first speaking engagement coming up at the 2025 Blue Ridge Bigfoot Fest at Wintergreen Resort in Virginia. And that's happening in September 27th. So excited to be there at the resort. And it's kind of a big step for me. You know, I've been in the community for about 10 years, and somebody who is kind of open like me about Bigfoot, and I'm a skeptic, but I'm a believer. You know, it's a big thing. So I'm looking forward to it, but we're going to cover the hoaxes and hoodwinks that have happened in Bigfoot history. And some of them are laughable and some of them are frustrating, but they still spark controversy even today. But I'm asking for you guys' opinions on that. You know, which hoaxes do you think deserve a spotlight at the festival? What is I have my choices, a couple of choices that I think I would like to talk about at the festival, but that's what we're going to be talking about today. So the real and the fake, and how both have shaped the search for Bigfoot, right? But let me go over to the chat, and let me get those chat rolling there we go. Let's see, who was first? I think Sharon said hello to me first way many hours ago. Let's see. Oh, see, it knocked out the very beginning of the chat too for me on my side. So I cannot see those. You know what else? I'm not seeing this live over here. I came on as fast as I could come on. So some of my stuff is not here for me to look at. Let me get this going real quick. And wow, that was crazy. Okay, now I'm going to move this over here so I can look at it over here. Now I got to find my channel. There we go. It may jump on. Okay, there we go. There she is. You know what I think I should do right now is I'm going to give 5 memberships away. So here we go. 5 memberships for my faux pas. Let's see who gets them. Who do we have? Who do we have? Pyromedic, Indy, Jim, Raftmaster, and Mariah Townsend. You have all received a membership, a month's membership. And in a little bit, I'll do another 5, okay? So remind me, somebody, and we'll do that. Okay, so hello to Henry. Henry's always there. Thank you. There's Sandra. How are you feeling, Sandra? Hope everything is good for you there in Florida. Lazy Cowboy. Glad you hung around, even though I had some technical difficulties. Who else we got in here? We've got Jen. Jen probably told everybody, just hang on. She'll probably be here. She'll probably come back. Robert Dendubin came on in. Sharon, there's Sharon. She was, I believe, the first one to say have a good show. Then let's see, who else do we got? Alan Goodyear, John Ayers. There's John. I know I just skipped a bunch of people, I think. Grant Rasha, good to see you. Who else? Did Relic Hominin make it in? Because I wanted to talk about something about that too. He may be in a little bit later. You're hiding in the back. That's okay, John. You hide right there in the back. I do that too a lot. But anyway, so let me move this over so we can talk about this. So Bigfoot news. Anybody have any sightings in your own areas? There's Dragon Time just came in. I went looking for some recent Bigfoot sightings from the last 2 weeks, and my search ended up being from August 10th through the 24th of this month, and it came up with, how many did it come up with? It was 4. I think it came up with 4. What's this one? 5. There were 5, but one of them we may have talked about last week. So let me see. The first one being on Delisat Road near Boulder, Colorado. Has anybody here from Boulder? The incident just says that it was also reported to the BFRO, but describes somebody seeing a Bigfoot on Delisat Road near Boulder just 2 nights ago. So this is fairly recent. It didn't give any description details. It was super limited, but supposedly it was notable and there were witnesses, but I could not track down the witnesses. So I don't know if that's a bunch of malarkey or if it really happened. I have no idea. But you know, we're at this point where Bigfoot encounters that have witnesses mean a lot more, because we're trying to figure out if they are on the decline population wise, right? I don't believe their population is as high as they used to be even 20 years ago. You know, I think there has been a sharp decline. I don't think we're seeing them as much. Now, you know, that is, take that with, you know, a grain of salt, because you do have individuals who go out every weekend and what do they see? Bigfoot, you know, over and over and over. And I don't know. I don't quite believe in all that stuff. But yeah, exactly, Grasshopper. I think there was an absolute decline. Hold on. are my kids even here? They sent me a message and I don't even know if they're here. Okay. Did not see that one. Did see 2 reposts about South Carolina and 1 in Florida from the BRFO this week. So this one, like I said, was in Boulder, Colorado. So there's one. The second one says a field crossing near Lewisburg, Virginia, which is near Globe Road. And they're calling it a Class A sighting reported by a witness who claims to have seen a chocolate-covered Sasquatch crossing a field near Globe Road in Lewisburg. So how would we have any data? If it was reported, Robert, it's all just from whatever, you could totally make up an entire encounter, right? It's just sighting, it's just anecdotal. It's just, it could be real, it could not be real. But yeah, somebody dipped Bigfoot in chocolate, according to this. So what does it say for that? It says there wasn't any provided detail, but that it was chocolate colored and crossing the field, fairly clear daylight encounter, and that it was a daylight encounter. So, I mean, it's just something that I wanted to bring up, people. So say half are real, half aren't. That's even if there was one that was real out of 100, there's one, right? We're just trying to bring to science one. That's all it takes. Blake is saying, check out the Sasquatch Data Project. I don't think I have before. How many sightings are not reported due to being scared and made fun of? A lot, Robert. I believe a lot are not reported. So there's that. You also have the ones who are making up crap, who comment on it a lot. They have podcasts and shows and, oh, this was this week out there, talking to my Bigfoot out there. I mean, I don't know. But so Blake is Lost Cryptids Conservatory. He's the one who's telling me about the data project. I'll have to check it out. I have not. Jen's asking him if it's on YouTube, and it probably is. Everybody's on YouTube. Yeah, you got to look out. I'm just saying what's been reported, and these were reported to the BFRO, because we really don't. I mean, there are places like this place, Sasquatch Data Project, the Mapping Project, and even what's the one from Kathy Strange? She does one too, a mapping thing, but only for in her area. And there's like another one I can't think of. You just got to take them with a grain of salt. You don't know if somebody's making it up or has really seen something. Or the ones that have no clue what they saw a big bear over there, or, yeah, who knows? And Grasshopper says something that is kind of like where I'm at too, is that I don't keep an eye on sightings anymore, mostly because you can't verify their authenticity. You just can't. It's just like all the encounter shows out there. They're just for entertainment at this point. You just want to hear it, and if you want to believe it, believe it. If you don't, you don't. And those who don't generally don't even watch encounter type podcasts. the thing is a lot of people like that. They like to hear the stories of what possibly could have happened during an encounter, and more power to them. There are a dime a dozen. There's a ton out there of those type of shows, and they do really well because they do well in the general public. There's a lot of people who are podcast listeners. They want to put their earbud in and listen to stories while they're at work, and it's a big deal. It's a big thing to do. Yes, but sightings. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. This one. Sightings help map out potential trends in areas. If they're the same areas, right? The Pacific Northwest, the east side of Texas, Louisiana, going up into that hot spot, Appalachia, further up, Finger Lakes. There's definitely some hot spots. And I don't think Florida, I don't really count Florida as a hot spot. Should I? What do you guys think? Does Florida have enough skunk ape sightings to warrant it being a hot spot? The green swamp? A lot of people go there. A lot of Florida Bigfooters love that area. Yeah. Conclusions are, don't be sorry, Robert. I agree with you. But this is just something for us to spur a conversation on, because some of our conversations have been going to the point where, have there been any credible sightings? And there's just no way to deal with that. Are we seeing the same one? If there is, are we seeing the same one over and over, and it's just traveling around and people are seeing the same one? Or is it tribes of 5 or more in a family group that, are thriving, and they're just that good at staying out of our sight? They're that good at being elusive. Jim says Florida has a lot of sightings. Oh, let me get rid of that one. I can't get rid of it now. There. Alabama, Mississippi, parts of Georgia. So are they hotspots? I don't know. What do we consider hotspots anymore? Now, we've always considered the Pacific Northwest because it's just littered with sightings all over Washington and Oregon. So, Florida, Canada. Do we look at Canada and the BC area, Alberta, Nordeg, all that area? What about Alaska? The triangle, the dangerous menace triangle up there. What's that triangle called? They have a name for it, but I can't remember. Big guys, if there's Bigfoot up there, they're big, they're huge, they're eating gigantic moose and grizzly and whatever up there, right? Big, thick, hairy guys up there. The Florida had the skunk ape thermal, but that was over a decade ago. Yeah, for real. So, okay, so that was Class A in Lewisburg, Virginia. Then it lists the ATV riders north of Topeka, Kansas. Yeah, the salmon runs. Incident, another Class A sighting reported to the BFRO. 2 ATV riders report encountering a Sasquatch north of Topeka. Just says that let me see, visual observation, possibly close range under good visibility, but no specifics were detailed. That was it. That's it. That's all I found on here. Maybe I asked for a summary. Okay. I didn't get this straight from the PFRO. So paramedic, the biggest lurker. I'm a pretty big lurker. So I don't know. You're welcome, paramedic. Okay, so where are we at now? 30. I'm going to go ahead and give out the next 5 memberships. There we go. Let's see who gets them now. Ooh. Lester Taylor, Courtney H, Jimbo. Caught you lurking, Jimbo. Squatching Grandmama gets one. Oh, Deborah Hatswell. See, you always catch the lurkers when you give out the free stuff. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming and listening in. I appreciate that so much. So, what's the next one? Bigfoot knocks. Now, how do you know a Bigfoot is knocking? I don't know, but there was an audio near Medford, Oregon, where a fisherman captured unexplained Bigfoot knocks. That's what it says, Bigfoot knocks. How do we know they were Bigfoot knocks? I don't know. And this was just last Friday. Though not a visual sighting, the anomalous noises commonly associated with Bigfoot lore were recorded in real time, adding an intriguing audio-based element to recent evidence. That's what it says. Chris from Kentucky. Lester be lurking. Yep, Lester be lurking, Jen. Oh, there's Eric. Harriman Road. I would only consider reports taken by law enforcement as somewhat credible. That at least they went to check it out, right? Or had to write a report. So, that's what that one says. So, there's also another one, but I think we covered this one couple weeks ago. It was a viral fishing trip video on YouTube, the Mississippi River area one, where a fishing outing near the Mississippi River produced a viral video showing an encounter described by an angler as heart pounding. The specific visuals weren't outlined. But a lot of people really didn't believe it, but it also went to BFR02, I believe. That's all it says. That's all it says. So, what do you guys think? It didn't really matter what it is, right? Because there's just no way to tell whether it's real or not. I could easily say there was a Bigfoot on my mountain here when I know there wasn't. But if you don't live here, you don't know the area. You don't know, the animals that live in this area. And anybody in this area could tell you there's no Bigfoot here in El Paso. Okay. There's none. There's zero. There's no habitat. There's no trees. Okay. We're desert. There's no shelter, no water, no food. There's no Bigfoot here. But some people don't know that. So, State Fair Bigfoot is a joke. What? That New York State Fair Bigfoot is a joke. Retire-esque. I guess your name is in the hot if you're a channel member. Huh? I don't know. Sasquatch? Yeah, Sasquatch. That's what we have here, Sasquatch. There has been 2 reported sightings in this area. I will tell you that. Not recent, like very old, on the side of the mountain north and then one south. But the one south, the woman actually said something grabbed her ankle and went back into the dirt. So that's a really weird something happened there. I don't know what that was, but something went into a hole in the sand and but it had grabbed her ankle, causing issues where she had to go to the hospital. So I don't know what that is all about. Um, you should see the pictures. Pictures of what? Oh, I gotta sneeze. Mm. Hmm. Did you tell me something? I didn't know. I didn't know. Fake Bigfoot at the the New York State Fair thing. I think that was Tremors. Oh, yeah. That's what people were comparing it, like the worms, coming out of the desert thing, calling them the bull worms and all that crap. Yeah. Like those being on the time traveler. Ooh. So anyway, so I don't have any slides or anything like that today. But one of the biggest things is that I wanted to talk about, when I'm going to be speaking at this conference festival. You know what? I get to judge the Bigfoot calling contest. I'm so excited for that. And I don't know if they're gonna make me do one too, but I better like practice a couple of times so I'm not like completely crazy. Because I like the Bigfoot one that goes whoop, that sound. I would do one of those really really loud. Um, but so Wintergreen. Now, of course, I'm going to start with me and how I got started and how long I've been doing this and my passions and stuff like that and my expeditions at with Mount St. Helens and British Columbia and how all that comes about and Jen and I's weird experience there that last night. I'm going to go into a little detail about that. I only have 50 minutes, right? So things are going to go really fast for me. But the last part, I really want to help people not be disillusioned by people on the internet. So I have to talk about Rick Dyer. I'm one of the only I think I'm the only person who ever interviewed Rick Dyer post hoax, and I interviewed him twice. So that is going to be a husband calling contest. No, I haven't. So that is going to be the number one, right? Is I will show several of the photos of Rick Dyer and conversations that were had between us. And even today or yesterday, I think I commented on his tent video photo is out this week. And people are like, this one's supposed to be real and da da da. And I'm like, no, it's not real. But I don't have that proof. All I have is that man told me in a private conversation that was fake. He told me the actor. He told me, about the suit being so hot that the guy was cussing. And he's very elaborate, Rick Dyer, and maybe he lied about all that, but I don't think so. I'm fairly certain that was faked. And so I'm definitely want to do stuff like that. Talk about the whole Dyer and how much money he made and how many people he ripped off and how he's okay with it. He's okay with it. So that has to be kind of part of my conversation. And another one would definitely, did you see that big old white patch came? Anyway, the Beacon Bigfoot hoax, because out of that one hoax video or documentary has come a dozen photos easily. Has, the baby on the back and Chaka running, the little one running. Oh my God. It is an endless sea of people not knowing that crap is fake. And that we have the pictures of the statues, the suits, everything. We have all that. And I even found a new one that I had never seen recently. So it's like, that would be a good one to show. And just as like a cautionary tale, be aware that everything you're seeing online is not real and there is proof. And you have to think a little bit logically. Husband, I have not been in a husband calling contest. But my husband has a way, if we're in like a department store or the grocery store or something, he does this specific whistle, and I know it's him because it's not like a regular whistle. He like does it out the side of his mouth. And it comes out like kind of like, have you ever whistled with a pop, a soda top, and you put it like that and you whistle through it? It kind of sounds like that. So, and I know it's him looking for me. But so what do you guys think? What else in regards to hoaxes, in regards to warning people of things in the community? What would be something that you would be interested in listening to? A lot of people want to know what Bigfoot is. They want to know, where does it fit in? And I really don't have that answer. I can tell you what I think, where it comes from, but that's kind of like, I want to kind of steer away from that. If I get a question about that, I would try to go into it. I might take my notes with me, so I don't get kind of confused or anything. But yeah, it's like a low resonance whistle type of, I can't do it. But all right. Where's my welcome Ash's Antics to the chat. Thanks for coming in. What was the other? Because I'll have to explain, of course, that I'm from the... Yeah, I'm going to have slides, Jen. I'll have slides of everything. So, you need to show examples of what's going on. Yeah, the chaw sound I heard. I will. Absolutely. I'm going to do that. Jen says I'll pick some of the more popular fakes off the Facebook and show those and explain why they're fake. Yeah. It tends to be the same ones over and over. The Sunny Baders, the Mark Anders, the Beacon Bigfoot. And Rick Dyer stuff is famous. More people are starting to know who Rick Dyer is, but there's still a lot of newbies who come along and, they don't know. I got my business cards in. You want to see my business cards? So I needed something that I could pass out to people because, I want them to come to my channel. I want them to see my podcast. So they're not going to be able to just sit there and write stuff down. So this is what I got. Tell me what you think. I already have a lot of stuff I change about it, but that's okay. These were my first ones. I'll just give these away like a lot, give them away, and then there's some things I would change, little things, just like on the gmail.com, the .com you can't see because of the trees. So I need to outline the black, but that's okay. Everybody knows where Gmail is. The conference is in Virginia. It is in Nellisford, Virginia at the Wintergreen Resort. Hold on, I have that up here too. There's my speaker thing. They sent the Wintergreen Resort in Nellisford, Virginia on September 27th. Love to meet some of you guys there. It's always great to meet people that you've talked to, online for a long time, and then you get to really see them. Yes, it is the same day as Whitehall, Grant. Same day as Whitehall. I wanted to go to Whitehall, and then this came up, and I got to do it, and then I wasn't going to do it because they weren't going to give me the time off. And then all of a sudden they found out I had a week's worth of PTO time that I needed to take before September 30th. And I said, hey, and my boss was going to take that time off at the same time. And so I couldn't, because I kind of sub for him. I'm his under him kind of thing. And, let me get rid of that. And then he said, nope, we're going the week before. So now I can go that week. So I made some phone calls and they got me in, and it's expensive. They only pay for one night at the resort, but I'm staying Friday night because they're having like a Bigfoot movie thing and a dinner. And then Saturday's the whole day is the event. And then I'm staying Sunday so I can just sleep. Is that crazy? I just want to sleep. No dogs, no cats, no kids, nobody. Just want to sleep my day in a nice resort. And then I'll leave Monday morning and catch my flight out of Charlottesville. But but it was pretty spendy. So this is considered my vacation right here. I decided, just to do my solo vacation. The speakers is Daniel Benoit is going to be there, and he's my buddy. I've already met him before I went to his ECBRO conference a couple years ago, and we have a lot of fun. So he's going to come down on Friday night, and we're going to have a little get together that night. And Dr. John Baranchuk canceled. He's no longer going to be there. It's just too much financial hardship, which I understand. I do. My plane ticket went on my credit card. But the Bigfoot chick, Melissa Dare is going to be there. And I talked to her off and on for 10 years. She has been on my show one time. The first year when I had a bunch of female squatchers on. And so it'll be nice to meet her. And a guy by the name of, oh my gosh, what's his name? His name is Gary Clark. He's an author, Bigfoot Revealing the Monster. And he's the main character in Bigfoot Grip of the Monster. So I don't know who that is. Maybe I can see the movie. I don't know. Bigfoot Grip of the Monster. Anybody seen that? That is a link to the Bigfoot at the New York Fair. What link? Did you get a link? You send it to Jen. Jen can post it. Or me. New York Bigfoot Conference on October 3rd and 4th in Johnstown, New York. Will you be broadcasting the discussion via the web? Rod, if I get a very good signal from there, then I'll try to put my phone up in the corner somewhere and do it live. There's going to be a lot of lives going on because Steve Coles will be doing live from Whitehall. So, you know, we might be both going at it with lives the whole time we're there. I think it's the easiest way for me to do it than have a bunch of videos and then come and try to post them and stuff like that. It would be easier if I can just run a live and you guys capture it live and then that video is automatically uploaded to my YouTube. So, yeah, if I get a good signal, then I'll probably just set my phone up and try to run a live right there. Probably be the best thing. I won't capture all the people talking, you know, everybody talking. But I'll try to do me. I don't know. What if I get too, I don't know, embarrassed or something, knowing you guys are watching me? It's so weird. I can talk on here, right? And I don't know. We'll see. But Friday night, there has been discussion that Daniel and I are going to do a live together on Friday night. So Friday night, look out for something, you know, from us live from Wintergreen. Which reminds me, I need to do a bunch of promo pictures. That way I can already have them on my phone to link to the lives. Because I'll probably, oh my gosh, there's so much to think about. You know, I have to think about taking my daughter's laptop because it's a really, really good one and uploading all my stuff there or my slides there. But I'll probably have to have it on a little thing to a thumb drive that way in case they have everything set up and you just use theirs. I don't know. I have to ask. I have to find out. I think Daniel did that festival last year. I don't know. What did you say? I used to watch She Squatchers, but they kept depending on their cleavage and makeup to get subscribers. Flashing the stuff, being all sexy, got old fast. Well, you know, they say that too about that other group where the guy follows the girl, you know, oh shoot, what's the name of that one? Hellbent Holler? Hellbent? Is it Hellbent Holler? now, now I'm all double thinking it. And I just wanted to go on Friday because you need to go a day before because the airlines suck these days. You're constantly late, or missing flights or cancellations. So I just wanted to give myself enough time to get there. Yeah, Hellbent Holler. Okay. Right, Jen? Yeah, most bring their own laptop. So I'll try to do that too. Have a laptop with me and everything good to go. But you never know what kind of stuff they have. I kind of had a sore throat the last 3 days, but I took a lot of vitamins and I didn't get sick, but I still kind of have a dry throat. What I need is a cup of tea. I've got to work 4 days straight. 5:30 in the morning to 2. And tomorrow's my daughter's first day of college. It's freaking me out. Hairy Man? Okay, I'm going. I'm getting it right now. I'm getting it. Maybe. So long. Thanks, Henry. Okay, here we go. Sentinel open. Why is it not? Oh, be patient. Be patient. Whoa, pop-ups galore. Holy cow. Wait, where is it? It did not link correctly, my dear. It sends me to roamsentinel.com. I don't see anything. What's the name of the article? It's not correct, whatever you sent me. New York State Fair. Let me do it again. Oh, the Daily Sentinel wants me to pay to see it, buddy. $1 per week. That's what happened. Yeah, I can't even see it because it put a blocker on me. How can I see it without? Oh, the minute I go to look at it, it pops me out. So it is it. So if you want to read the Daily Sentinel, I'll come back over here. So this is the link. Okay, it is a safe link. It's just you got to pay to read that. I'm gonna see if I can. Sometimes you can like sometimes I can screenshot it before the pop-up comes up. Oh man. I don't think you guys can see that if I do that. New York. Oops. Let me see if it'll let me. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm going the back way. Oh, it still popped up with the pop up. It's figuring me out. New York. Okay, let me do it this way. You guys all waiting for me to do this. Where is it? Now I lost it. Dang it. It won't show it to me now. I tried to get in too many times. Oh. Okay. There we go. Now we can screenshot it. Hold on. Boom. Oh, shoot. Did my sound go out, you guys? Oh. Testing, testing. Is that better? Squatch sound mode. Okay. I had to that thing was messing with my. Did you send me something else? Oh. Why did it say that? That's sketchy, dude. It won't let me preview the downloads. You sending me a virus? Sketcheroony. Let me see. I don't know if this is gonna work. What about that? How does that work? Is Bigfoot the New York State Fair's strangest attraction yet? Snake thinks so. Syracuse, regardless of whether you believe in creature Charles Snake Stewart's Bigfoot remains exhibit seems a little out of place. Oh my God. Is he trying to like imitate Rick Dyer there? I know, Gran. I'm just trying to do it the fastest way. But that's pretty much the gist, right? Is that, did you send the actual Bigfoot photos? Let me see. Oops. Okay, download. Okay, there's one. How do I download? Download. Okay, now I go back to StreamYard. Get this off. They're not there. Huh. Okay, whatever I downloaded did not download, dude. Now I'm scared. What did you do to my computer? Okay. Oh, hold on. The way you did it in a folder. Open. Holy sh! I'm not doing that crap, dude. It wants me to do all kinds of crap. Sorry. You'll have to, the way to send it is just to do a screenshot and then send it to me if you want to do that. But like this, that's what I did here. You just screenshot it and then send it, because that wants me to download an HTML, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's right, Grant. That's the way to do it, because the StreamYard won't accept all kinds of stuff. You have to have the right format. But so he has the Bigfoot. I can't quite see the face. So he's saying that's a bit real Bigfoot, and he's serious. It's all a joke, right? Because look at that hair. Nope, I had to tell. He said he saw it by the water park that has a ton of people around it year round. What is he saying? He killed this thing or what? I don't know. That's just a Rick Dyer wannabe, right? Oh, I forgot to take that off. Where is it? I lost it. There it is. That's interesting, though. I have not seen that, but um, you know, and I can end the whole conversation with why explore hoaxes? You know, why look into it and try to find the answers and tell people about hoaxes and hoodwinks and all that, because of how they affect research. That would be my main goal, you know, that to have people know that these things exist, not to believe everything right off the bat, ask questions, because I think questions are the best thing. Where's the picture before? Where's the picture after? Where's the whole video? Put out the whole video. Why are you putting, 3 seconds of that clip? What questions? They're just questions. And people who are honest will just drop the whole link for the whole video, right? They'll let you look at the whole. If they're going to just allow their Bigfoot evidence to be out there, then they'll just release it. And then you can look at it and go, oh, okay, well, actually, that looks like the ass of an elk or, whatever. But I think that's the biggest thing, is that to ask questions. Oh, you did? Okay. Hold on. Now I have to bring up everything again. Ooh, ready. All right. These. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one. That'll work. You know what? Let me download. Just 2, right? Oh, no. You sent more. No, those are in a different format too. Those must have been the first ones you sent. Okay. So here we go. How do I do this now? Go here, go here, go here, and hello? Why is it not letting me? Oh, my bad. I put it as videos, not as this one. Okay, here we go. think this is the one most people want to see. The Bigfoot, right? There you go. That's what he's showing. What an idiot, man. I mean, really? Who would believe that? Who? Somebody. They all believed Rick Dyer and his crazy Bigfoot, you know? So crazy. But if there's a buck to be made, people will try to do that. It's a bone picture. Oh, you just sent it right now. What? That is not a bone, is it? Okay, hold on. I got it. I'm coming. One more. Will it let me? I have so much stuff downloaded on this StreamYard that it's going to start saying no. Okay, here comes the next one. It's uploading. Here's the bone. There's your Bigfoot bone. Bigfoot exists. A giant fur ball hacked up by a cat. It does, right? I gotta go back to the Bigfoot. Those are some eyebrows. Oh my God. It almost has the same coloring as Rick Dyer's. It does, right? Where do I have that one already downloaded here? Oh shoot, I don't. Oh wait, maybe I do. What am I looking for? I'm looking for here. Let me see. Bigfoot in a box. No, I don't have it saved right here. But yeah, that is almost the same coloring. Well, you know, Grant and everybody, that the Beacon Bigfoot hoax took place in New York. And Ron English had all of his, Bigfoots out there on display at his expo. So what is it with New York allowing all these things? Let me see if I can get to my photo of, let's see if it'll come up. Oh, nope. It's not there. It is. How do I do that? Because I had a recent photo that I saw of the Beacon Bigfoot hoax. So let me see if I can get that one. There it is. Whoa. Let me send it to myself. And then all I have to do is download it. You can kind of see Chaka in the background of this one. So let me. Here we go. So there's the Beacon Bigfoot hoax. All of them involved. The baby is on the back of that one sitting on or no. Well, they show it on both, but you can't see the baby here. What was the amount to be ripped off by viewing this? by viewing the other one, the New York one. Whatever you got charged to go in and see it, right? Oh gosh, this one keeps coming up a lot too. And I'm trying to. Have you guys been seeing the letters to the big man from the big man? That has been going around a lot. Let me put those. And Tobe Johnson's Bigfoot has also, I've seen his out there. Trying to find the other one of the baby picture. This one has been out. This one has been out. Where's the baby picture? Baby, where are you? I always lose that picture in all my Bigfoot photos. Oh, there's Tobe Johnson's. Whoa. That almost looks like that guy. Let me see. Oh, here we go. There's that one. And oh, I don't know. I have so many pictures of that. Anyway. So there's that one, right? And then there's, oh shit, didn't work. I think the best way to do this is go here, go here. Oops. Okay. Sorry. Share screen. We'll share screen instead of me downloading all these things. Okay, so we just saw that one. Here's this one's been going around, the Finding Bigfoot CGI B-roll image. The letters from the big man. It's this one right here has been going around. 60 foot behind my house on a trail cam in Tryon, Georgia. No. Movie. This guy is this guy right here. And people are saying, just had these pictures sent to me from a witness claim that it was 6 foot 9 inches. That is this guy right here. Movie. This is Tobe Johnson's Bigfoot, and that one was like cut out and put into a different scene. This is another guy just made this one. I'm waiting for this to come out in some kind of hoax. Oh, that's so tiny. How do I make that bigger? It won't let me make it bigger. So anyway, the baby's on the back of the one they have sitting down. So this one, the baby was in the back of it. Anyway, there you go. All right. So there's a lot of proof of stuff, right? Out there, but nobody's willing to look. Anybody, anything else? Any other big Bigfoot hoax that should be exposed? You know, maybe I just do 2 or 3 because I won't have that much time to talk about them and to do questions afterwards. You know what else I got? I bought some bracelets, those little plastic, the little rubber ones that say Sasquatch Secret on one side, and on the back side they say I believe. to give out. I found a deal, a good deal. You buy 100 and you get 200 more. So 300 for the price of 100. What? You're talking about Vault Keeper? Wait, I gotta go over here to read this. I've heard that before. I thought size didn't matter. Has Vault Keeper claimed footage back around the squatting Sasquatch from finding Bigfoot? Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Those were extras that didn't make it to Planet of the Apes movie. No, the Planet of the Apes movie ones are really like not great, right? They are not. I wonder if I have it here. No, I don't even have the Planet of the Apes on here. But this is like photos of all the gorillas that were made during the 50s. I think one of them is in the Ford. No, these were 50s, 60s, and 70s, early 70s. And the people who played them in the movie. Stop the squatting footage. Yeah, those are all old and look nothing like Patty, you know? I mean, I don't know. I just know that this face, that original 1967 face, is not the same face as what they show you in 92 and in 23. Both. 23, that's Todd's. That's Todd Gatewood's photo right there. Enhancement. Because in the 67, just the zoom in from the 67, you don't see the lips. You don't really see the lips, and you see a very protruding type of chin, right? And then all of a sudden they want to change the face. It just completely takes a whole turn. The nose changes drastically within all 3 years, all 3 pictures from, so it's kind of weird. Night, Henry. Thanks for coming. I was very interested in the fact that when Brent and Thomas recently went to the Bluff Creek site, of how Brent explained that area is extremely remote. And why would somebody bother to travel that far in to do a hoax, especially when they didn't have a lot of money and they lived in prime Bigfoot country back in Washington? So, that kind of lends to the real side, that Patty was real, and they just did happen to come upon her walking. Which question? Patterson received a tip about a Bigfoot being around there. Yeah. Good to see you, Sandwich. Who else dropped in that I didn't see? Blazer, welcome. Of course, Grasshopper. Donald has been in here. I think that was it that came in. So, I mean, that's that. It's not great. Not great. Somebody's texting me. Sorry. Donald, did you just send this to me right now? Or has it been on here? What do you... Carousel of nonsense. Did you just... 251. Oh, this was late earlier. So, I don't know, you guys. When you got stuff like this going on all the time, from people like this saying this is evidence, that's crazy, right? And then you have people creating stuff that isn't original. Yeah, Patty had her hair braided. She had a satchel. She had a hemorrhoid. She had, what was the other thing? Something in her hand. Did she have something in her hand or something? Oh, Tiger King. Yeah, that's what he looks like. It's still kind of in the same place. I'm half and half. It could be real. It could be real. It's interesting. It's exciting to think of it as being real. More exciting if you ran into something like that instead of the really ugly ones, what movie makers put out there to try to scare us. These things, watch. Rawr, rawr. Yeah, I have the sound bite for that, but it messes up. For some reason, my Stream Deck is messing up my audio, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah, we get scared by those things, right? Better Patty than a Googway. I am now convinced Patty is real. And I was on the fence for a very long time. Sandwich, what was the number one thing that helped you go beyond that, go to the other side of the fence, the belief that made you believe? Let's see what. Oh, I have to go back to the. Ooh, I almost ended the stream by accident. What the heck? Lockbeard just came in. Hello, Lockbeard. Did you answer and I missed it? Easy. The travel question. Oh, the travel question of them going all the way over there and going down those roads, and it's very switchbacky going back there to through Laird Meadow and getting up there. It's not exactly how I had pictured it. And now that I've seen the route and I've heard from Brent and from Thomas how the road was, how long the road was, how easy it was to get lost back in there, how they were scared of running out of gas out there. And they have a motor vehicle. Now at the time, there was a road that actually went down to the site. The logging road was there. It's not there now, but did go all the way. So it was a little bit easier to get to that point, but still, the route, the place, would they have done that? It doesn't make sense for that, except for that they were told that there were things there. MK started. Listen, I think MK does okay job at enhancements, and he knows a lot about stuff like that. But he very went nuts over the whole massacre, ruined him. Now I can't believe in a word he says, does. It's pretty much it's hard to believe in that. My chat just jumped. Jump. And Grant is very adamant that no human can mimic the body movements. Kinesiologists have stated it can't be recreated. Plus, it was at least 6 foot something. Females tend to be smaller than the males. We don't know any of that. There's no fact to any of that. It's all speculation. Everything you just said right there is speculation. They don't have accurate measurements. They don't know how tall she was. They try to say, oh, this tree's about this big and she was about this far and they were about this far, but you don't have accurate measurements of anything. I think she just walked normal. And but because of stuff in view, it looks kind of weird. And that film is very shaky. And and you want to know, I don't think it makes a bit difference, because if it was a Bigfoot, it absolutely would have a different bone structure to be able to hold its weight, to be that tall. For if you're looking at females at being, say, 6 to 8, and maybe males 7 to 10, the taller, you got to have probably a different bone density than a human, which makes sense to have that happen. But people want to keep saying they're human beings. If they were human beings, then their bone density is not that strong, and they could not get that tall because their bones would crack under their own weight, and they wouldn't be able to move stealth through the forest, because we as humans, our people who are 7 feet tall, have issues walking. Even all the tall basketball players run funny and lumbered, very heavy footed. And our tallest human beings all died of early age because of issues dealing with their height. So there has to be something else. There has to be something else there to, give them that ability to grow that tall, different type of circulatory system to get the blood going from a being that big, different bone structures. I don't know. Something. I do too, sandwich. Lazy Cowboy put out his reenactment video, and if you go and you watch his Legends Meets Nonsense video, I liked it. I thought the way he explained how he went through the process of seeing how tall she was, where she walked, how she walked, and him finding errors in the original Legend Meets Science video, because there were errors. There were errors. You can't even not say that, because he shows it to you, So I think she walked pretty normal. Pretty normal. Right. Right. She could be a Squatch. I just think she's normal. Upright, walking normal. But people want to use the fact that they think she has that intern step walk thing as the reason why it couldn't be a human in there, to validate that she is real. Right? But that works against the people saying that she's human, because then that wouldn't really, she would have different makeup of bones. So I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me either way. Whether Patty's real or not real, it doesn't make any difference, because I still love the subject, right? I still love talking about it, speculating about it. All of it's speculation at this point. To knowers who have been one right in their face, they know. They know. They can tell everybody, yeah, I know they real. I ran into one. What do you want me to say? And that's it. But the rest of the world doesn't know. What? Oh, wait, let's go to this one first. Andre the Giant was hired by LD Atley. He was wrestling for Bret Hart's old man at the time. Okay. A human would have been watching where they stepped on those rocks, probably staring down most of the time. Were there rocks there? Were there rocks there? You see some rocks, right? You want to assume that there's rocks the whole way, but that's an assumption. Because you don't see the path. You never see the exact path. And we don't know. Okay, so we see one footage, right? So if it was fake, don't you think they would have done some rounds, right? And then other people will say, well, then you would have seen the footprints of more rounds going back and forth, and you don't see that. So that favors you on the real side. So you can go back and forth with real or not real. They did one take, they just went, they did it, and that was it. Or it was real and she was just walking through there because she has an innate way of walking and not seeing where she's walking. You know, animals, creatures, when they walk, can vision where they're stepping. My cat, when she goes out the door, she's looking straight ahead, but she will not step on the middle frame of the back sliding door. You know, it's just kind of in them. So real, right? Lockberry says, I disagree. Different breeds have different characteristics for which they are adapted. It could be that Bigfoot is to us as a St. Bernard is to a Pomeranian. Yep, could be. He has a little too rough on, he was a little too rough on Jeff Meldrum. That's my only criticism. I've tended to be a little rough on Meldrum as well. So I guess I agreed more. Because there's many things that he has said that I didn't agree with. I don't know, just didn't agree with. So Meldrum even discussed Patty's foot movements and said humans don't do that. But humans there are humans out there that have a mid-tarsal break. Like 13% of humans have a mid-tarsal break. So you cannot say that it's just this special for Bigfoot to have a mid-tarsal break, because that's not true. There are many people, humans, us, that are flat-footed, some that have very high arches, some that have a mid-tarsal more, some that have splay toes. You know, there's all kinds. So let's see. What do we got? Meldrum discussed. She's real. It's fun to say it. Yeah. And whether she is or isn't, it's fun. Whether the Freeman footage is real or it isn't, it's fun. It's still fun to watch. One year I think it's more real, and the next year I think it's more fake. We don't know. We'll never know. Because that's what happens when you have a skeptical mind and you start thinking about other things involving that. You know, you think about the sons and the prints he faked before, and what people, what, I don't know, the tracker said, and what the forest rangers or whatever guys said, asking him questions about, have you hoaxed before? All that stuff, you put all that stuff in there and you try to determine which side you believe more. You believe the son in his new book, Patty film, 99% real. I would have said 100% real if they accidentally recorded over their wedding video. Oh, hey, Jonathan. Hi, Nikki. Sorry I missed your show the last 2 weeks. I'm just finishing work in Long Lake, New York. Welcome, Jonathan. We're just coming to an end here. Just like the guy. Just like the guy. What? Our type of human would be watching their step, sure, but I think the morphological characteristics of Bigfoot leaves us with the inescapable conclusion that they're a breed of human. Probably. Homo, definitely. Sapien? Nope, I don't think so. But I don't know. I'm just saying my opinion. You could say yours. It doesn't really matter because they're not brought to science. They're not, we can't go out there and just look at them, study them. You know, it won't ever be done. It can't be done. We can't herd them, gather them, collect them, study them, put them somewhere where they can be safe. We can't put them on reservations. We can't predictably videotape them consistently. We can't repeat any type of experiments on them. And those who say they are will not show the proof of that. Anybody feeding them out their back door garlic or whatever, or them coming to their gardens at night, every night, there's no proof of that. You know, all the reports and everything, there's no photos. There's none of that. Thousands of incident reports on mapping projects and BFRO, no photos, any of them. Another question. What was Patterson doing for 2 hours before getting back with Gimlin? I don't know. Should I? I don't care. We don't walk with 90% bend. I didn't see a 90% bend. How did you get the 90% bend when you don't know how long the leg was? You're just taking it from a sketchy film thing, right? Freeman wouldn't have had those other two obviously faked videos. I wish Freeman wouldn't have had. Exactly, right? Because that changed me around, seeing the other fake videos. Oh, and then there was this thing. Wait, I have a picture of this one already loaded up. Where is it? Hello, I know I had it. Oh, you know, and there's photos like this with Freeman with fake Bigfoot stuff all the time. And I mean, this one was for a conference or something that they were doing. But where's that? Where is that? You know? Now I gotta go back over here. Oops. Dang it. Lockbeard says a Chihuahua is an ankle biter, but a German Shepherd will bite your face and a Bloodhound will sniff you. Each breed has its behaviors and specific adaptations. What the heck is my dog doing? Oh my God. She's trying to bury her bone underneath me. Come here, crazy. Come here. Go around. Go. Go on. She doesn't see where I put the bone. Go over there. God. Dogs. Don't ever get a dog. Each breed has its behaviors and adaptations. I agree. I tend to bust chops a lot. Who? Oh, Grant? Oh, whatever. I mean, it's all questions. And that's my whole point, is that we talk about it. Because how else, do you start the conversations about Bigfoot and Sasquatch, and are they real? Okay, 9 best. Well, I mean, it's all fun. It's all for fun. And I mean, I hope you guys come to some of these shows and want to have a discussion or want to hear what I'm talking about. I'm not the only one who kind of talks about this stuff, but I might have a little bit different take. And it's all in fun. To still fun to me to talk Bigfoot, to go out and camp and walk around and look at things and have fun with it. You know, when it absolutely becomes a chore and not now, it gets harder when you're working all the time. It is harder to try to come up with shows and stuff. And thank you, Relic Hominin. He's given me several show ideas that I'm working on. They take a little bit more research, and it taken me a long time because I've been busy with my kiddo, getting her ready to go to college and working a lot. But I am gonna kind of drop down in my hours. I'm training 2 new people right now. So when they take over, I'm hopefully gonna drop back to part-time instead of full-time. And then I've got this wonderful opportunity to talk to people. And, you know, I just want to go have fun, meet people and have fun. I want to tell some jokes. I want people to feel comfortable, you know, that being a skeptic and being a speaker is kind of rare. Okay. They don't really, Steve Cole's type, we're rare because people want to hear the stories, the encounters, the scary stuff, you know, not, and we'll just, I'll just have to go with the flow, I guess. But I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. Jen, is Steve having a show tonight? Y'all can head over to Squatch DTV. Or is he at a conference right now? For some reason, I want to say he's in Pennsylvania. He might. Is he having a show? I don't think so. Yeah, he's in Pennsylvania. That's what I was thinking. Because I'd seen a picture with him and Ron Moorhead. And who else was he with? Oh my gosh, now I can't remember. Him, Ron Moorhead. Oh gosh, Bach. I want to say it was starts with a B. I can't think of his name. I see his face, but I can't think of his name. But yeah, I think you guys have heard enough from me. You guys have any questions for me or anything before I bring the show to an end? I can't thank you guys enough for always coming and sharing your thoughts and helping me brainstorm, you know, for my presentation at the Blue Ridge Bigfoot Fest. We're all full of passion, and we got debate. And sometimes, yeah, grasshopper. I don't agree with the whole quantum Bigfoot thing. I think there's no proof of that, but I don't know. What do I know? Nothing. You know, keep sending me your ideas to harrymanhoaxes@gmail.com. I do appreciate it. Okay. And if Relic coming in, you're out there. I'm working on stuff. Okay. It's just because those are being 2 good shows right there. If I can get it together and get some good people on to do that shows with me. Master debaters. Yeah, just debate, just talk. You know, everybody has their opinion. Nobody's wrong, really. Have fun with it. Just be respectful. It's okay to be on different sides. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Danny just snuck in and we're saying goodbye. I want your voices included in my journey. That's why I'm here asking you guys. Thanks again for everybody. Jen, thank you for always being a great moderator and keeping track of everything for me in the chat. Until next time, stay curious, stay open-minded, and keep searching for those Sasquatch secrets. See you guys in the next chat. Bye.